Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to the Gym of Crypto, episode 1011. Oh, we on your ass again. Oh, messed up the algorithm already. Today's top stories: Binance to liquidate its entire FTX token holdings after recent revelations. FTX token price risk 30% plunge as $23 million FTT part moves to Binance. Buying Bitcoin will quickly vanish when CBDCs launch, says Arthur Hayes. Meta reportedly plans large-scale layoffs board of its metaverse division, and Opensea launches on-chain tool to enforce NFT royalties. But first and foremost, what is going on with those prices?
Oh yeah. So let's take a look at our prices for today. Bitcoin sitting at 20,700. Actually just changed $20,705, down 2.5% today. Ethereum at $1,576, down 3% today. XRP at 47 cent is down 3.6%. Dogecoin sitting at 11 cent is down 7.5%. Cardano at 40 cent is down 4% today. And rounding out 10 is Solana at $31, down 11% on the day. And some of our trending coins today: Dogecoin, which is down 7% today. FTX token, which we'll discuss later, down 8.5% today. And PancakeSwap, down 5% today as well. Some of the recently added gems for DGens that want to dumpster dive: Football Inu, which it costs less than a penny with a hole in it. eChain Network and Friend Chain. So if you're going dumpster diving, that's for you today. So those are the prices.
There it is. There it is. All right. Quick shout outs today going on in the chat. What's going on, Satoshi Slim? Keep on crypto. Kadeem, Rashu, Eastside, Tony. Just call me El Virgo. Shada Zulu, Les Square, New Jersey in the house. Wyatt, try it to Chaos. What's going on? Memories of Mike, Zyro, Scarlet, Garen, Risings. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. And also want to give a shout out to Zacchaeus, one of our in-house warriors who's in the chat as well. He's one of the people who will be taking your strategy calls. I did see a few people sign up last week. So again, shout out to all those people and thank you for all those new ones signing up. But if you forgot or if you missed it, again, we are offering a full-time coaching program to go along with the masterclass. For those who already have the masterclass, no worries. You'll already be included into that coaching program. For all new folks, essentially, we do have a call-in center. Right now, everything is 10% off. Again, 10% off using the code TGOC10. But again, if you check out coaching.thegymandthecrypto.com or just go on thegymandthecrypto.com and check out that masterclass tab. That link is there. And you can go ahead and get more information about it. And again, you'll have a couple of phone calls to make sure this is a right fit for you and for us as well. And again, that will be for daily crypto coaching, group classes, as well as some one-on-ones and more on that. All right. Other than that, top story of the day: Binance to liquidate its entire FTX token holdings after recent revelations. Woo! This is crazy. What's going on over at Binance?
Oh man! So if you were on Twitter this weekend, the carnage that happened in the crypto market can not go unstated. Binance CEO CZ cited recent revelations as the reason for the liquidation, noting that the sale of its tokens could take months to complete due to the size of its position. CZ, he said that his company will liquidate the entirety of their FTX token, also known as FTT. As you know, the FTX exchange, that's their native token. And he's basically selling all of it. He said this is just post exit risk management, referring to lessons learned from the fall of Terra's Luna Classic and how it impacted market players. So it was sort of a jab. People were taking it that FTX may soon be the next Terra Luna, and he just wanted to sell and get out early. He has a quote here where he says, liquidating our FTT is just post-exit risk management, learning from Luna. We gave support before, but we won't pretend to make love after divorce. We are not against anyone, but we won't support people who lobby against other industry players behind their backs. Onward. So,
Ooh,
yeah.
bang,
Hey,
bang.
bang, bang.
Shots
Hey,
fired.
man, this is like a heavyweight fight right here. We got CZ, we all know is a
Fight.
millionaire, and we have Sam Bankman-Fried, who had FTX, which came on the scene. I'm gonna tell you this right now. We've said it before. FTX's rise was so quick, and they got so much money so fast. It seemed like there may have been something nefarious going on, and it looks like CZ may have found it out. And if Sam was going behind people's backs trying to, take out the competition, that's business. But if you get caught, it's also business if we sell all your tokens that we own, which was reportedly around $585 million on. It was actually on Twitter. Well, watch it showed $585 million being transferred from FTX to Binance. he came in, quote, tweeted it and said, yeah, that was us. He didn't even hide. He was like, that's what it is. We're not sitting around for FTX. And unfortunately today, people are saying they can't get their money off FTX. Withdrawals are frozen. So might have another Celsius or Luna situation happening right now.
Yeah, there it is. Really quick, some shout outs. Les Square had me laugh and said, what's going on? And there is gone. I thought they yanked y'all for the title originally posted. No, that was the title from last time. We had to restart it, so a few of y'all saw it. I want to give a shout out to the Aboriginal man. What's going on? Caught alive. Let's see. Zyro said that Binance sale is for Twitter. I agree with that. This is that behind the scene. I mean, it's not even behind the scenes. He called it. He said, look, we're not against anyone, but we won't support people who lobby against other industry players behind their backs. Now, to allude to what this is saying, and of course, we can't say this is for certain exactly what he's talking about, but by and large, I'm thinking it has to do with regulatory moves as well as partnerships. And FTX, of course, Miami Arena, FTX Arena down there, they're working with the government, right? They have to work with regulators, so on and so forth. And working with regulators in this space at this point means that you're going to block new players. The barriers and the regulators that, or the regulations that are coming, will add barriers to entry when it comes to exchanges and other parts of crypto. And players like FTX are saying, hey, maybe they're doing it intentionally, maybe not, but because of the government, because of regulations stuff, they're like, yeah, we're willing to give you names. We're willing to cut people out. We're willing to do what it takes to be the main person here. And of course, Binance, who had regulatory issues, including here in the United States as well as abroad, I will give it some. As much as many people hate Binance, let's be clear. One of my biggest beefs with Binance is just that it's centralized. Like,
Yeah.
that's really it. I mean, it's really like,
Well,
this is
most other
supposed to
exchanges.
be, yeah, like most exchanges, it's centralized. Now, I do also think at some points they were having liquidity and capital problems. You remember earlier this year, I point out like, hey, you can't withdraw Binance right now. And then all of a sudden on Reddit, there's a lot of people, pointing out, oh, you can't withdraw on Binance right now. Some stuff going on. So I do think, they had their own issues. But I say that to say, when it comes to actually pushing back, Binance has been pushing back against all regulators worldwide, people. Like, that's why they keep getting kicked out of countries. That's why I had to make Binance US. Like, the original Binance,
Yeah.
before Binance US popped up, was amazing. They were the cool kid on the block. And then the government found out about them and how much money they were making. They was like, not on my watch. So, and even with that, I give it to Binance. Like, if you chose to use Binance.us, that was up to you, but you still had access to the other portal for a long time, actually until about 2 or 3 months ago. So I say all that to say, like, my beef with Binance, as many others, was just the fact that I was centralized. But as far as them being a part of the crypto community, I think they've done a pretty good job and tried to fight back at a lot of stuff, honestly. So, I mean, again, they've slipped up in many places, but I think they've done over. I mean, comparing Binance to FTX, I think Binance has done a good job for the community. so my point is to see this type of pushback. Again, some of it is real as far as they probably really mean it, but I think some of it's manufactured as well because, hey, why not take a shot at a big player? Now is the time. What if I can convince the entire crypto market that my biggest competitor was the next Terra Luna? People, stop thinking this is a fun, fair game. It's not. It's billions and trillions of dollars on the line here. All bets are off. The gloves are off. So again, there's many reasons Binance could have said they could have been 100% forthright and really meant it. Like, nah, FTX doing shady stuff. We're going to box them out. To me, that's a form of self-regulation. I'm all for it. Or it could be a little bit of a mixture where maybe FTX did do something. Maybe they didn't. Maybe they're just a competitor and Binance is like, hey, this is a perfect time to sink a ship. Because look, again, from a competitor standpoint, it makes sense. Buy up a bunch of shares, essentially, is what you're doing. You're buying up a bunch of a token of a project that's your competitor and just sit on it. If it works and they make a lot of money, so do you. But if they're ever weak, like right now, the market's weak and they're weak, and you want to all of a sudden destroy them, start selling the token.
Yeah.
Start selling the token in the bear market. Let's see. Let's play big bank, take big bank, and let's see who really got it. And Binance is literally doing that. Yeah, somebody said these are bear market tactics.
Oh yes, also the timing is important because December is when FTX is supposed to, I believe, deploy capital for either Celsius or some other. Basically, they need money in order to deploy capital to close some deal in December. It's fleeting my mind right now, but it's crazy because when I look at this, first of all, I watch a lot of mafia movies, like the Italian mafia. I watch them all, like pretty at 10 times a piece. And it seems like what these big exchanges are doing, like FTX, is they're using their same tactics.
Oh, you just went out. You just cut it. It seems like what these exchanges are, they're using the same tactics.
Using the same tactics without the violence, and it's crazy because they raise the money, which mafia people, they would get the money. They take that money to buy influence. So, for example, the Italian mafia, what they do is they'll pay off the local pastor, they pay off the police, they'll get their name put on the building. What do FTX do? Put their name on a stadium. They're doing the exact same thing. The problem is if they say nothing's wrong, or like they used to say, there is no such thing as mafia. The FTX says, well, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing going on.
You cut out again. No, you cut out again. You cut out, Zay. You said once it's gone and you are gone. You still muted. There you go.
Yeah, once it's gone, it's gone. And unfortunately, yeah, these shadow muting, because this is a brand new, fresh out the box mic, haven't moved it. But it's funny because when that happens, people they don't look at mafia movies like that. But the same tactics are being used in business right here. And CZ is the crosstown competitor that sees them struggling right now, and he's basically like, "Oh, this is the perfect time to crush them." So I think CZ is again one of the smartest people in the space. That's why he's a billionaire. That's why he has the biggest exchange in the world right now. And man, if SBF, man, if they're going through it for real, it's going to be a long day for a lot of people because it's some capital companies that have invested upwards of 100 million, hundreds of millions of dollars into this exchange.
Mm. Bird Time Music Group said SBF is on Capitol Hill trying to dead DeFi. That will again, understandably, be a reason why Binance will come after them. Jake said Binance didn't buy it though; they were paid off in FTT because 2.5 billion in Tether couldn't be paid. CZ knew that solvent issue then.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good point. Yeah, if it's like you're gonna pay somebody in dollars, then all of a sudden you come with cans of soda, like this is like Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless is like
Yeah.
you charging cans of dew. It's like, look,
Mountain
man, I know
Dew.
I told you I have you $100,000, but instead, got you 50,000 cans of this dew. Like, what am I supposed to do? I don't know. Sell it, drink it. Hell is yours.
Yeah.
Oh man.
If somebody
Let's
said
see.
SBF will be fine, yeah, I tend to agree that they all will be fine at some point. It's like that's what people don't understand is billionaires fight too. People think they all get together and then these rooms smoking cigars, agreeing with each other. They fight too. They'll still be fine, but if your business can be taken down or if they can take it down a notch, they're very competitive. So we'll see. We'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, Satoshi Slim said Binance could be lying, but he who speaks first and the loudest will control the narrative for a while. Binance is smart-ish. That is true. Just being loud and stuff will at least give you the momentarily stage to have your own narrative. So for
Mm-hmm.
sure. Hey, Ryan, we'll get those podcast episodes sorted today. And then Lord Smith. No, so again, for those who are listening, don't pay attention to the titles, folks. The titles are officially super clickbaity intentionally. We talked about that after 1,000 episodes. Look, we did 1,000 episodes. We try to do regular titles. They don't work. You get clickbait moving forward, okay? So don't pay attention to the titles. No worries on that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. This one was funny to me. Satoshi Slim said, who's still messing with Binance anyway? You got a Betamax player too. See, that's my point, folks. This space moves so fast. Like, who is still on Binance? Like, to me, you can't be serious about crypto and still be on Binance right now. That goes the same with like Coinbase. And again, it's nothing. It's not as much as anything's wrong with Binance. They just hot. They hot right. Listen, people, you got a nice little operation run up the street right now. All right, nobody's bothering it. And then all of a sudden, this guy with 5 stars on Grand Theft Auto comes around with helicopters, tanks, and cars all around him, and he's just beating at the front door. Look, you are hot, son. Go somewhere else with that, okay? I think that's more or less what's happening in this space as well. It's just like, nobody wants to touch them right now. This Binance is hot. They're going through regulatory issues everywhere. I mean, honestly, even if you can use their platform, whether you're using the United States one or a foreign one, like just the tax implications behind them. And again, shout out to them. I don't think they're trying to give anybody up. It's just that they're really getting cornered and pressured. The tax implications could be as wide as like not just here in your country, other countries. The way they're trying to tug them around could be like, hey, you use that platform. Technically, they're registered over here and so too. I don't care if you're a U.S. citizen, you owe us as well. Like And that was a slippery slope of where does this taxes and regulatory thing begin and end? Because while the U.S. can say, yeah, you're a United States citizen, you owe us taxes, that's literally not stopping any other country, especially their friends of the U.S. doing the same thing. What happens?
Mm.
What's the vast tax that we have right now for the European countries, basically?
Yeah.
That we work with on Amazon. It's like if you sell to European customers, Amazon's already going to hit you with this tax for you to take care of it. So again, if you're on Amazon, you're getting hit with a European tax. If you have Europe customers, how does that stop on crypto exchanges? They have customers around the planet. So that's a different topic, but definitely a slippery slope. But to go along with this, FTX token price risk 30% plunge as 23 million FTT part moves to Binance. Is there anything else you want to comment when it came to this side of the house as well when it comes to the actual token?
Well, that seems like it's par for the course. Whenever you have the news that CZ put out, it seems like this was imminent. I mean, it's going to plunge 30% if all of a sudden you see $500 million worth of a token transferred to another exchange. That's usually a marker for the token to go down. They actually show here a reverse cup and handle, inverse cup and handle, showing that it could go as low as 15. And one other little caveat, the owner of Caroline Capital, which has a lot of money leveraged in the FTX markets, actually came out and stated that they would buy all of those tokens at $22. That was stupid because he basically just told everybody what the bottom was supposed to be. So that's max pain is if they push it below 22 down to that $15 region. So again, this is high level. This is high level games being played right here, and it's being done in the bear market simply because this is the time to take advantage of it. In the bull market, everybody's winning, everybody's happy, everybody's on boats with models, everybody's enjoying life, partying. And the bear market is where it gets real sticky. So yeah, this is expected to be seen.
All right, so here's a question our audience wants to know. Of course, FTX token off the top of our head, is this a buy, sell, or hold at this point? For us, of course, not for anyone else.
Oh, well, right now it's if you have it, hold it. I wouldn't sell it. I wouldn't panic sell it. But if you haven't bought any, I would wait. Simply because you can dollar cost average. I think it's going to go lower just off the news. We got that news. We got the election tomorrow, and we still have some of the other news, of course, with Reggie. A lot of stuff I think is going to come out in this fourth quarter. So I will hold, and I think we're going to see a little bit lower than 22.
Yep. Okay. Nice. Nice. And again, people, I'll say this, and I'm looking at this comment. Here we go. Shout out to Laura. Laura said, I came because I realized y'all was live after the title. LOL. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, don't pay attention to titles and other people pay. And the same thing with people like, hey, did you send us did you say hello, friend? How are you on Instagram or whatever? It's like, no, that's just a scammer. Like, this acts is live. We'll tell you live. We'll make everything easy. And at least until technology continues to get better and we get those crazy deep fakes. It was like, y'all was live. Like, bro, I was in my bed sleep. What are you talking about? This shit, somebody who looked like he was live. Like, oh, bro, that was a deep fake, man. Like,
Yeah, they got.
you're
Oh
gonna
yeah.
you're gonna in fact, we might have no choice but to one day actually have to go to the metaverse and speak from our avatars with a digital ID that confirms is actually who you are if the deep fakes get too real. How crazy
Oh,
would
yeah.
that be?
Your
Like, you have to
digital
use the avatar.
Yeah, your digital overlords would not let real people speak to other real people. It's like
Hilarious.
let's all do it in the metaverse where we can shut it down whenever we feel like it.
Infinite Blink, isn't it possible to separate the tech from the company in cases like Binance and other various tech giants? So yes and no. Yes, the yes for that would be Reggie Middleton. He said that the tech has already been separated and all these people owe him. So technically, yes. And I also agree when it comes to FTX token, because if you were to separate the tech from the company, even though there's not much tech there because it's very similar on other platforms, but even at a base layer of tech, if Solana can keep everything pushing at a minimum rate, like literally just stay alive into the next bull market, they'll still be fine. And why? Because it's still FTX arena. They still got a lot of hype. And all they have to do is survive to the next bull market where more dumb money comes. And it's just like, shit. All I know is that this Solana thing says 17 and it used to say 130. That's all I need to know. Like, seriously, that's how the money's going to flow. So,
Yeah,
my estimation is as long as they can survive until then. But again, those black swan events that we never see happening are the Binances of the world or competitors of the world saying, hey, F them, y'all. Hey, don't mess with them no more. And it's like, we don't know what happens to market share once you have another player your size coming after you as well. So it'll be interesting to see.
yeah.
All right, buying Bitcoin will quickly vanish when CBDCs launch, says Arthur Hayes. I mean, this is something we've been saying for the longest, is that by the time they make it so that, okay, Bitcoin is friendly and everybody could buy it if they want, they'll also make it semi-illegal, harder to buy, barriers to entry. And why buy Bitcoin? Because you're trying to be a criminal when you could just use our CBDCs. I guess Arthur Hayes goes into detail about this, but looking to buy Bitcoin to avoid the CBDC horror story, the best time was yesterday, says the former BitMEX CEO. What's going on with the story and what's Arthur saying here?
Oh yeah. So if I had to say who was some of the top 5 smartest people in the space, I would probably put Arthur Hayes in that discussion. And anytime he drops any sort of alpha as far as a blog or as far as his words, usually he's pretty right. So he's basically saying if you're looking to buy Bitcoin and avoid the CBDC horror story, the best time was yesterday to buy Bitcoin, which should give you a sense of urgency. In his latest blog, it's actually titled "Pure Evil." He actually stated that banks may limit the impact of the CBDC horror story. And if you didn't know, if you've been living under a rock for the past 5 years when we've been talking about this, CBDCs are currently in various stages of development worldwide. Everybody's trying to create them for both retail and commercial at a certain point. And as it stated here, a full frontal assault on our ability to have sovereignty over honest transactions between ourselves. That was stated by Hayes. And he also says here, among opponents of CBDCs are not only Bitcoiners. Sharing the cause will likely be the commercial banks that they have sought to oust from power with Bitcoin. And he states right here, I believe that the apathy of the majority will allow governments to easily take away our physical cash and replace it with CBDCs, ushering in a utopia or dystopia of financial surveillance. That's pretty imminent, people. After the pandemic that happened, I don't believe in humans anymore. I lost all hope in humans when everybody laid down and just took what everybody told them and basically gave up on their families, gave up on their jobs, their kids that couldn't go to school, all because they told you that something was bad, and then they came back later and said, "Hey, can we have amnesty?" They wrote a whole article about, "Can we have amnesty? Can you forgive us?" No, not this time. And with CBDCs, if you don't know, the UK, they just elected that weird cross-eyed nigga. I don't know his name, but he was talking about CBDCs as soon as he got in the office because I think they're going to be one of the ones that first started. And I agree with Arthur here. If you were going to get Bitcoin, you should have got it yesterday or before that or as soon as possible. Keep stacking sats because if you have an exchange and you can only access it with CBDCs and they put something in the code of CBDCs that you cannot buy crypto with it, Bitcoin or anything else, what's going to happen? You're not going to be able to buy it with the money that they airdrop to you or the money that they force the digital cash onto you, which has an inverse effect, I think, on the value of Bitcoin. Because if there's a bunch of people who can't buy it, that means that the institutions are going to be able to get it as much as possible at very cheap prices. So it's something you don't want to see. CBDC, the reason they keep putting it, and it's just programming you at this point to get used to it. I'm never going to get used to it. I mean, back in 2018, when me and King first broke that story and they had CBDC,
That was crazy. Remember, I was like, hold on. Yeah.
one
It's like 10
article.
times.
I mean, they literally just kept saying CBDC. It was just programming you to understand that it's coming and there's nothing you can do about it. So at this point, I think Arthur's right.
What's even crazier is, and this is if someone is interested in doing this type of work or just having this type of knowledge, this is the another fun part of crypto, like the whale watchers. You know, there's whale watchers where their entire existence on, Twitter or Telegram and stuff is to literally watch the movements of bigger Bitcoin accounts to kind of just to know where the market's going or why these accounts are moving so much Bitcoin.
Mhm.
But another one is finding out how these buzzwords come to be. So as Bitcoin, as they mentioned, it was live back in 2018 when we saw that article. I remember pre-show we were talking about it, and we were like, "Hold on." They said, like again, we cover it every day, and we never seen CBDC, and then all of a sudden we see central bank digital currency CBDC like 9 or 10 times in one article, and we're just like, "Oh, here it is." Like they
Mhm.
wouldn't push it this hard for no reason. The bigger question is, who wrote that article and who gave them the push to do the CBDC? So if you're out there and you have some time, yeah, there we go, Lord. Watcher guru. You want to be a watcher guru? Figure out who actually wrote that article, get in touch with that person, and figure out who they spoke to about this. Like, you get what I'm saying? There was someone who really, hey, listen, when I tell you CBDC, CBDC, CBDCs, before then, there wasn't a word for it. We had kind of been playing around with words. We have mentioned some things on Telegram and Underground. There
Mhm.
really hadn't been a public word. I think it was like a Coin Telegraph article as well.
Yeah.
Coin Telegraph, was it, or CoinDesk, one of them?
Yeah.
But to see it 9 times and one like 8 times, whatever it was in one article for the first time ever, we need to figure out who wrote that article, and who they spoke to and who that person spoke to. Again, let's I'm telling you, see what I mean?
Hmm.
Keep digging, unraveling. Listen, does it go back to Soros? Is Soros behind it? No, it's
Oh yeah. Hey, yeah, I'm saying you keep digging, you probably gonna keep running to the same people that
but
we have other
seriously,
problems in the world from.
like how deep would that go to where that that might be something on the weekend to do list for somebody. That might be some fun to do.
Hmm.
All right, let's see what else we have to go. As soon as we have Birdtown Music Group, as soon as we get a chance to print a Harriet Tubman bill, they hit us with CBDCs. Hilarious.
I told her when they brought it out. I said, yeah, of course they would put Harriet Tubman on the bill once the money becomes worthless because they ain't gonna have cash no more. So here
Hilarious.
you go, you can have it. Yeah, yeah, we don't use physical cash no more.
It's actually a signal. It's like the getaway Underground Railroad is crypto. You want to keep using them dollars? She's
Hmm.
trying to give you the signal. All right, we've been talking about this for a while now. It looks like this is going to be a story. I'm assuming. I mean, this is going to be Lakers on Sports Center for folks. Whether we're winning or losing, you're definitely going to hear about us.
Oh
I
yeah,
think we're going to hear about Meta for a very long time here in the near future, for two reasons. One thing we already covered, they plan to move forward with this metaverse push. Again, it's crazy how the world works. Zay and I spoke to one of the Facebook execs back at the Gemini party, the Winklevoss twins mansion party in Miami. Shout out to them. And one of the Facebook execs was there. He was talking about the reason why he quit or resigned or whatever, and how him and Mark. I mean, he was even. Hey, I keep trying to tell Mark,
yeah. He was
you
talking
know,
about it like he was a kid.
yeah, and he literally. I mean, and it was one of those things where I'm not gonna lie. Listen, people, if you know me, you know me. If I'm at the party, I'm trying to party a little bit. I'm doing some glad handling too, but I don't care about no old Facebook stories. But so I'm kind of just being polite, but just trying to make a way, get out of there. But then it's just like the conversation is so interesting. I think we were literally talking to this guy for like 15 or 20 minutes,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he's giving us the ins and outs of what's going on with Meta right now, the problems with work, what isn't working, blah, 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 so on and so forth. And I actually get it how people at these levels like kind of you can use this information to increase your value of what you're doing in space. So I get how these people now is like, damn, bro, how'd you get to jump on that? Oh, so mentioned it by the bar or whatever. It's just crazy. But to say all that to say, he said Meta's going to move forward. He's willing to sink the ship to move forward. So this is happening. So that's happening as a public company. You're going to continue to lose money, and shareholders don't like that quarter after quarter. So it'll be interesting to see what actually happens to the company as far as will they try to remove people from different positions, will people get hired, fired, all that good stuff. But again, this is Meta. They're reportedly planning large scale layoffs. But what about his metaverse division? As you see here at the end of September, Meta had more than 87,000 employees, a large proportion of which is said to work in the Reality Labs division. However, it looks like they are now going through rising costs and a recent collapse of its share price. According to the Wall Street Journal, under 6 citing people familiar with the matter, the planned layoffs could impact thousands of employees in a broad range of divisions across their 80,000 strong workforce.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy
That's a
seeing
weird.
that.
That's a weird
Uh,
number. 87,000. That's how many IRS agents they hired too. 87,000. That's a
ooh.
weird number, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just
Well,
a winky dink.
here's the real beef, really quick. I just want to point out everything started to go bad with Zuckerberg when he flirted with running for president. That's
Yeah.
why,
Oh
listen,
yeah.
people keep, this is my point.
And
People
Libra.
keep, listen, this is the best way I can explain it here. For all those billionaires out there who happen to catch us as well, because I know a few of them do. All the billionaires, entertainers, celebrities, all these people you think that could be president that actually don't do it, they not a part of the gang, people.
You got
I'm
to be
trying
part of
to
the
tell
gang.
you this in so many elegant ways. They aren't, or they wanted to play on the outskirts for so long, which is cool. But now, unless your outskirt community outpowers and outnumbers the inside, which is rare,
Hmm.
Mark Zuckerberg is a perfect example. Billions of dollars, literally has a community of 1.7 million, something 2 billion plus people. So larger than any country out there, he has a community of. And he still couldn't harness that power to run for. As soon as he announced to run for president, they had him in front of Congress explaining exactly what a finsta was. You know what I mean? Like they had him explaining simple things to him. They blocked him. Then he talked about Libra. What happened to that? Now he's trying to metaverse play. He had to find out himself he wasn't a part of the game.
Yeah, you got money, but you ain't in the gang. And if you need a reminder, Zbigniew Brzezinski will remind you. So if you if you don't know who that is, read the Grand Chessboard, and you'll see what we're talking about.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is, and the reason why I said he would know better if you're actually in it, because they teach you this stuff. Man, when I went
Mhm.
through the officer school for Navy and stuff, and then once you actually become an officer, you have these conversation officer development stuff. They teach you the way to do this stuff. Like, all right, if you want to do X, Y, and Z, you can do it, but this is, you need to be talking to X person or whoever in this position. You should talk to them first. Like, just respect, right? Whether you like them, don't like them, agree with them, you should do this, you should do that. Don't just come out here waving a flag saying you're gonna do something really. So the person who's been waiting 30 years in line to do this type of job or these type of careers, you're usually gonna come with your company and then everything they doing is out the window. You're not a
Mhm.
part of it. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You don't even understand how this works, guys. It's so deeper than what you actually think.
Hey, man, the
Uh,
real cuz, man.
but that is funny you pointed
Real
out the
clear.
87,000 people that they have versus the 84,000. I mean, that might have something to do with it. And again, this is crazy because history repeats itself. Just how it used to be a feudal system, lords, you know, how lords and
Yeah.
kings go back and forth. Who wants more land and rule? It's the same thing. It's basically the billionaires and the government going back and forth right now. it's a bunch of billionaires. Elon, Zuckerberg, a few other billionaires just left the country because they was like, all right, Richard Branson got his own island. He's like, all right, I'm playing by my own rules.
You're trying to lead the
Um,
world completely.
yeah.
Yep.
But again, this is last week. Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg said that the company will be focusing on its investment on a small number of high priority growth areas, including its AI discovery engine, its advertisement and business messaging platforms, in addition to the metaverse stating. So that means some teams will grow meaningfully, but most other teams will stay flat or shrink over the next year. In aggregate, we expect to end 2023 as either roughly the same size or even a slightly smaller organization than we are today. Again, the entrepreneur did double down on the firm's investments in those areas, saying he believes they're on the right track with those investments and should keep investing heavily in these areas. My only thing, again, even if he's on the right track, even if he's about to get the hugest break that we've ever seen, this is a public company. Shareholders would not want to see quarterly losses after losses. I think you'll be seeing Meta in the news the same way you saw Tesla in the news the last couple of years. I think we'll be seeing Meta even more in the news because of this. Because again, it's going to get to a deflection point of can we graduate and begin making money at what year, or are shareholders going to like? Because listen,
Yeah.
it's weak hands in the traditional market too.
Yeah.
If they keep losing billions, which they're going to, they're on pace to, and it's going to take that, people. Why? Because the metaverse is not ready yet.
Mhm.
Honestly, to be fair though, I do think they're spending billions and dollars in the wrong direction in some parts. But the metaverse isn't ready yet.
Mhm.
I think they should spend more money to content creation of the small bits of metaverse that we have now to bring volume to it. And then once that's there, begin to build as that volume's already there. But instead, they're building out everything first and then coming back later to go for volume. And this is like,
Yeah.
I think they don't understand the education process is going to be so difficult. But
Hey.
what else is going on with this? What are your thoughts? Yeah.
Well, this is one thing about investors in the legacy market. They are not used to seeing volatility. Us in crypto, 70%. What's that? 80%. We do that in a day. No, like, nobody cares. But with these legacy investors, down 73% year over year, which Meta stock is at this point, it's not looking good. And people are getting more and more scared because it doesn't seem like there's a way out. I mean, they're going to keep losing money and siphoning it out. At this point, they're going to have to cut employees. I heard it was going to be 50% of the workforce, up to 50%. I mean, could you imagine 50% of Meta getting laid off? I mean, that would be crazy. So at this point, like we said before, with the layoffs that are happening in the crypto industry and the broad industry, and the loss of funds and investors are lacking any, they have no courage right now. They're like, nah, doesn't look too good. A lot of people are hoarding money. We have the holidays coming up. I'll tell you one thing: I'm not going Christmas shopping this year. It's going to be crazy out there. But this is what you have when the economy starts going through a recession or depression. And this is the first time our market has seen a recession or a depression. So it'll be interesting to see how our market reacts as well.
Yeah. I mean, I think we might see that initial drop like we did when it hit 3K, which is crazy when you say it hit 3K like a couple years ago in COVID. I think we'll see something like that. Maybe not 3K, but it'll have that dip. It'll react with everyone else. It is tethered, even though it should not be. I think that's again from an educational point of view. where people are still saying you can get shares of Bitcoin or shares of this or this or that. They don't know anything still, which is cool. So I think because that the market initially will dip, and as long as people are still in positions to continue bringing value to themselves, i.e., you have a job or something, we'll slowly see aggressive growth. And then I think that's going to get aggressive, and that like super aggressive. That's going to line up for the halvening, and then the 2025 where we're going over six figures this go round. Like we're going to hit 100K. I want to see 2024 and how the halvening kind of acts in the curse of world. But I think it's fair to say May to June, July, August, May to August. So second, third-ish quarter of 2025. I want to see six figure Bitcoin.
Hey man, what if we see six figure? What if we have a huge drop? It's terrible. Everybody's losing money, and then we see a rise from like 10K to 100K over the course of like a month because institutional money starts pumping it once everybody's broke, and it happened because people want to front run the halvening. Because if everybody's waiting for the halvening, they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna wait till a couple months before or 6 months before." It's like, no. What if we?
It won't be like the last ones.
It won't be like, yeah. What if a lot of people
That's
are
a good
gearing up
point.
because Fidelity is about to open up. There's a bunch of
You're right. They're not opening up for nothing.
I would say the last conference we went to, how many booths had the retirement accounts? That's a huge market. That's trillions of dollars right there, retirement accounts. So they start dumping it into Bitcoin when the price goes low enough, and then retail has no money. You really don't even have a chance to buy Bitcoin because it's going to be going so fast. So that would actually be max pain to go down. Everybody goes broke. Everybody's selling their assets, but they have to use that money for rent, food, and bills. So they all tapped out. People are losing their jobs, and then the institutions come in, buy Bitcoin at a huge discount. They push the price so fast you don't even have a chance to buy it. They make their money, and by the time you do have a chance, it's past 100K already. I mean, Draper actually said, yeah, somebody just put it. He said 250K forecast in 8 months or 6 months, something like that. So if that happens, because he's talking to institutional people and he may know something we don't, that would actually be max pain. Huge drop, smack you at the market. Huge rise, you'll be crying because you missed it. And then as soon as you have a chance to buy it, you'll be buying the top and you'll be carrying the bags again. That to me is max pain. And that's what I've seen from exchanges so far is they just inflict max pain on retail. But again, you can take our advice and just buy Bitcoin and go take a nap. So it always won't matter.
Yeah, that's what someone actually just said in the comment section. They said you could just avoid all this and just buy Bitcoin. That's the craziest thing. Like we always go back to it.
Yeah.
Y'all see, I had to wear my working shirt today. I don't know where some of my gadgets and gadgets at. Somebody said I don't clock in no more. I just wear my hoodies and my sweats. Listen, blame Zay on the hoodies. So blame Zay, blame Alec. I'm throwing Alec in there. Blame all these crypto people out there. They got me in the hoodies and all this good stuff. But I'm back on my Kramer today and my gadgets. I was looking for some gadgets. I don't know. I got some floss right here. I got some AirPods. I got a lighter. Oh my God. I got some iCoin hardware wallets. Make sure you get yours, folks. You know we're here, proud partners of iCoin wallet. Couple of iPhones. But got my gadgets and gadgets. The prices are going up. They're going down, Zay. They're going
Start yelling like Kramer. Oh man. Inverse Kramer, baby. Yeah, like I said with the hoodies. I feel like after this FTX Binance debacle, I might have a few more sales on the no keys, no cheese because I guess people are starting to get it now. Even though this hoodie came out 3 years ago. So,
hey, shout out to Kramer. We just messing with you. I love to be on Kramer representing crypto folks. I'm wearing my white shirt too. We're gonna be in there matching like a mofo. They said don't forget the confetti. All right, there we go. I gotta get the confetti. All right, let's go ahead and keep covering. We got a couple more stories to cover before we call it a day. We're going a little bit longer than we expected, but it's all good, Warriors. I see the chat is lit. Make sure you're smashing that like and share. Definitely appreciate that. Opensea launches on-chain tool to enforce NFT royalties. Last but not least, the royalty enforcement tool only applies to new NFT collections at this stage, with the decision to be made on existing collections at a later date. Hey, listen, I got to go ahead. I haven't cared enough to do it, but I need to holler at OpenSea again. I did send them a support email. They have my what is it? They have the NFTs I made, those Breakfast Club NFTs. It still can go to the directory. You know, when you go to the actual address and you have the keys and everything, but it doesn't show up on there. It's disappeared. It's disappeared. And I'm mad because of the gas fees. I think I spent about 300 something bucks to make those NFTs. So those who don't remember, essentially, I just made some Breakfast Club NFTs. I even posted on one of the shows, and I have the dates down from when I made it too. And I remember going back to look, and I still can find them. So I mean, they're actually there, but of course, the image and the video doesn't come up. but they're on Opensea. So I don't know what's going on with that Opensea.
Mm.
Commander Gore said they're delisting projects. What's going on, Hardik? I did see your message. I'm gonna give you a shout back today. All good. PFC Will said, like I covered last week, a number of traditional players have been hired by blockchain-related companies. There have been a lot of business development and strategic partnership directors. He's right about that. Like I said, after the blockchain summit I just went to, that's probably why lending is about to be so big.
Yeah.
Collateralized lending.
Yeah.
Hey, you better hope these players are playing it real, because if not, they're gonna be like, yeah, give us your Bitcoin and Ethereum and everything else. Yeah, we'll give you some tether back, and you better hope this market don't crash the day you got it off. Like, or you gonna keep yours, or we're gonna keep ours. But yeah, we know. But the website's down.
Yeah,
It's gonna
exactly.
happen so fast. It'll
You get
happen
that
so
error
fast,
501.
man.
Hey, what happens when that button turned gray? That boy, people don't know the pain of that button turning gray. You seen that meme of all them old people in Vegas pressing the button? Where they pressing it real fast to try it. The more you press it, that's what you're gonna be doing with that gray button on the exchange if you don't get your money out.
Man. Let's see what is going on with this story though. OpenSea and these NFT royalties.
Oh man! First of all, if you have an NFT collection without royalties, man, you just shooting yourself in the foot. But OpenSea is starting to see that some of these projects do not have royalties, which was promised, and they're starting to fix it with on-chain tools, helping creators enforce those royalties. And this is for new projects, but there are people trying to go back and do it for old projects, I guess, in the future. So, according to CoinGecko, they command 66% of the market share in the NFT marketplace. They've been relatively silent on the issue of royalties and enforcement, while others in the space have been implementing their own strategies over the last few months. And let me just say, it seems like OpenSea, when they had the guy who was stealing money off the drops, and they've had their other issues, it seems like a lot of the NFT market is moving away from OpenSea. Like we always say, quoting Batman, you can either die a hero or you can live long enough to become the enemy. That's basically what we're seeing with OpenSea at this point. So they're trying to, I guess, mitigate those risks and change the way that they're doing business at this point. But again, I never really used OpenSea because they always seemed a little off to me. I met the people that work there. They seemed a little off too. So I was like, I'm good on that. Plus, there's like 100 different ways to buy NFTs. So we'll see how they clear it up.
Oh, go ahead. I didn't mean listen. So I saw this earlier. Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt. I'm still interrupting. So my
No,
bad.
no,
Go
go ahead,
ahead.
go ahead. Because I saw that comment too, and that would I saw. I mean, I've been
I
watching.
saw it earlier.
I
I
watch
saw it
everything.
earlier. I didn't say nothing.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
watch everything. So I've been watching the saga play out on Twitter, but I haven't said anything yet because it's not set in stone what's going on. But I mean,
So
did we
that
got?
explains. All right, listen, we called him. So Richard was supposed to come on the 1,000 episode marathon weekend from some of his hexagons, same ones we spoke to last time. Now we did push it back, so that could have been our fault. I will say that. You all know we pop things up, do things last minute, we're kind of informal, so that's on us. On their part, though, that might have been why he MIA right now. So I did see the hex comment coming earlier. I was like, I'm going to wait, but I'm starting to see these articles pop up from yesterday and today as well. So I'll bring up a quick article. Do you have a moment to cover this? Few minutes?
Hmm? With
You got a few
Hex?
minutes? No, this article right now. You got a couple of minutes right now?
Oh yeah, let's do it.
All right, so you all know that means maybe we'll be here tomorrow, maybe we won't because we went on long today. No, but seriously, if nothing is big tomorrow, then maybe not. But SEC issues subpoena to influencers promoting Hex, Post Chain, and Post X.
Yeah.
Woo! Now, first and foremost, we're gonna get jams on. Shout out to Crypto and Down. They're on this week as well. My first question, and I gotta keep it real with everybody. For everybody who went at Reggie from Hex, now y'all got some explaining to do. Y'all
Oh
went
yeah.
at Reggie. Y'all said a lot of things, but this
Looks
is
like
what
he
it
has
is.
explaining to
Hey, hey, L said Richard got time for F and F, but don't have time for Jim and the crypto.
do.
Here's my only thing. I would say as of recent, and I've said this behind the scenes to the Hexicans who are also warriors, and they know. And I was just mentioning it and just in pure like just letting them know, like, they're like, were you able to get Richard? I was like, I haven't got in touch with him. I'm hitting up on his Twitter and stuff like that, whatever. But I was like, I did see he was in Paris spending up everybody's money though. Like, listen, it's not a good idea. It's just it's in poor taste. So especially when you claim to be a community leader, whether you're the benevolent What do they call it?
Benevolent dictator.
The benevolent benefactor of the wallet, of the Origin wallet, benevolent owner of the Origin wallet, whether he's actually that or not. Regardless, if you're a part of this community and your community, for the most part, is suffering, at least the late people, not the early people. I get it. I bought this, or all these wealthy people. I want to see if they still are. I haven't seen them popping stuff on Twitter as much. And then that project goes down, however, 80, 90% or wherever it's at right now. You don't go on shopping trips in other countries and flaunt it. Like,
No,
come
I did.
on. That's cold-blooded to your own community. Like,
Mm-hmm.
just at the baseline, like, that's I mean, woof. That's
Mm-hmm.
like telling your own community.
Everyone, listen up. You didn't lose your money. Now, you have your... Technically, you kind of lost your money.
You lost it to the Gucci store and to the to whatever else he was buying. Because I saw one of
That
the
picture.
outfits.
Listen,
So he had
Richard,
one of the
I'm about to
outfits, so
get you for that. Yeah,
hey, yeah, I want Richard Hardo because he got to explain his fashion sense to me because I don't get.
Bruh.
I thought wearing a bunch of different labels was tacky. I thought that's what it was, but everybody has their own different style. And of course, if you got 5 different things on at a time where the community is suffering, not a good look.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
so
trying to
crazy.
find this outfit. I'm about to find this
You gotta
outfit right
play,
now.
but
Hold
you
on.
gotta play the big connect. Hey.
Wait, with the outfit, hold on.
Oh
I
yeah,
gotta find an outfit. Richard, you know you're a fool for this outfit. So we listen. I know he's gonna love us for showing it. It's free wish call for him. But bro, what was that? Was it Louis Vuitton or is it Fendi?
man. I don't know. I
Hold on.
don't keep up with brands like that. I shop at the thrift
Bro,
store. I don't
I
know.
don't either, but listen, this was hilarious. This outfit. Oh, I'm gonna find it. If somebody can find it, put the link in the chat. Richard Hart, Louis Vuitton outfit, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. I'm about to find this really quick. Okay, but anyway, with this going on, as we look at this story, as I'm finding this picture, it says SEC issued subpoena to influencers promoting Hex Post Chain and Post X. The SEC issued the subpoena as part of the investigation, which demanded the influencers in question produce the required documents by November 15th. Oh shit! Next week?
Next week. Yeah.
Oh, it didn't get okay. Over several years, social media influencers have earned a bad rep among regulators for shilling risky. And really quick, I want to make something clear. I want to make something super clear. Let's take this off. Regardless of how we feel about Hex, to me, it's still crypto first. I don't think they should be getting an SEC subpoena. No, period. They
No
should
way.
not. I'm not sure what Richard said about others in the past and about their subpoenas or whatever, or where he stands on that fence. But still, I'm not going to play it like, no. Self-regulation, people. Self-regulation.
Mm-hmm.
And time tells all. If for the people who go hard for it, believe in it, cool. There's competing projects. Some have used the same type of tech, different types of tech, whatever. There may actually be patents on some technology we come to find out, right? So many twists and turns. But with all that being said, I don't think we should be using taxpayer money, especially when majority of taxpayers aren't even in crypto or concerned about it. So I
Yeah.
don't think we should be using taxpayer money and SEC summons to go after Hex, Post Chain, and Post X. Now, again, time will tell. And when time does tell, everybody has to be real men and women.
Mm-hmm.
Lord, it's hilarious right now. Exactly. I know where I'm about to go with this. When time is told, everyone has to be, including myself. People, I told you, I went in with some of our warriors on the X or whatever. And I think I pulled some out at some point, and I definitely lost some too with everyone. So, but everyone needs to be honest and be able to come back on the live with the video on. And we got to talk about this.
Oh,
Because my thing is the post X, post chain, what do they call it? Donations or whatever. What do they call it though? I'm crying trying to think about it.
sacrifice. The sacrifice.
Sacrifices. See, you know
Yeah.
what I'm talking about. Stop
Mm-hmm.
it. You know what I'm talking
Sacrifice at the altar of Richard Hart.
Listen, if those sacrifices don't come back, oh man, but hopefully they will do it. We're hoping everything works out. Oh man, look, we start talking Hex 195. Smash that like and share. You know what it is. Okay, so again, the SEC issued a subpoena November 15th. Over several years, we're talking about social media influencers who have promoting, of course, different altcoins. Now we're talking about Hex is being cracked down. Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) reportedly issuing a subpoena to influencers who were found promoting these cryptos. Swedish researcher, woo, we getting folks from Swedish researcher or Sweden, Eric Wall shared an official letter from the SEC dated November 1st, which was addressed to influencers who read, we believe that you may possess documents and data that are relevant to an ongoing investigation being conducted by the staff of the United States Securities and Exchange Commission. Really quick, another reason why I am against this is because who's to say it stops at the SEC? Like, you get what I'm saying? If this is right, the SEC, which is the SEC, Hexkins, you better, all y'all talking all that big money shit too. Oh, you Twitter ones, not our Warrior ones, but the Twitter finger ones was talking all that big money shit. You
Making
better
music
have as
videos,
much.
yeah,
You better a music video. Oh, y'all did music videos too.
albums,
Oh,
t-shirts. I had Hex Girls.
oh, and I
I
think
had
the
that
same
same
people who did the music videos.
shirt.
Wait, the same people who did the music videos actually invited me to their private parts too.
Oh
Oh, talking all popping hot shit.
yeah.
Oh man, don't it feel good to be real? This is the game you wanted to play, and this is the game. So anyway, talking all that big money stuff, I just hope they realize not only when the SEC bends over Hex, which it looks like they're about to try to do. And again, not saying it's fair, not saying it's warranted. I think SEC is going after any big crypto community out there that they can get some money from. Extortion, that's fine. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Hex, you wanted to be in the headlights. Here you are, though. After the SEC gets their point across, you better believe, like I just mentioned, Europe. Europe is about to be all over you, Hex. You got so many people from Europe that's been on Hex. We've seen it. All these countries with these Hexkins, their governments are going to follow the SEC and do the same thing. And this is why I say it's a slippery slope with governments in general, because it's like, does it stop at the United States government? Does it stop at the European government, a Russian government, Chinese government? Like, where does it stop?
The Galactic Space Federation. Where does it stop, man?
Man, you said the Galactic Space iteration. No, whatchamacallit isn't done. Apple Podcasts aren't done. We'll start uploading today, so the back channels will be uploaded. How do channels with a shield is going to work out? Who knows? We're not even worried about them. But it's crazy, people. This looks like this might be real. Again, this letter was accompanied by a subpoena that was issued as part of the investigation, which demanded the influencers in question to produce the required documents by November 15th. Guys, it's happening. Hexkins influencers are getting subpoenaed by the SEC over Hex, Post-Chain, and Post-X. The Hex information channels are filled with information about how to shred your digital evidence. Holy you should not be posting this. It's crazy. Again, oh wow, this is crazy. Let's take a peek at this.
Mm-hmm.
This official documentation, United States Securities and Exchange Commission. Oh yeah, this is official because
you don't want to see that Fort Worth, Texas. You don't want to see that.
Hey, not only that, if somebody faked that one, you're going to jail for that, especially doing some taxes. The U.S. SEC is conducting an investigation. Oh yeah, Hex. Wow. Okay. Yeah, this is real. This is happening. So this is happening.
You know the SEC is coming after everybody, and when you look at the list of people to go after, that's probably the easiest. Hex got to be near the top. I mean,
well, so really quick, I don't want to. Hold on. Do you accept the good advice you're giving? Do you think? Wait, what? Are you using secret chats with self-destruct timers? Or are you a slow learner? Is it hard for you to click buttons? Do you accept a good advice? What? Oh my goodness.
very
So I'm not sure if he's advocating.
Maybe we can ask him about it.
But yeah, let's get him on. Let's get him on ASAP before it's too late. But no, one thing you just pointed out, I wanted to mention. Oh, say what you just said again. My fault. I'm losing it already.
Oh no, as far as the list of people to go after, Hex has got to be near the top.
Thank you. So that was the thing. The list of people in Hex has to be. So a couple things. A, Hexkins, you should have been thanking your lucky stars that the exchange or the market aggregate price indicator exchange that was owned by Binance Coin Market Cap, you should have been happy they weren't listing you guys high ever. Because what do I always say? You think your project's the shit until you enter the top 10, until you enter the top 5. And then all of a sudden you start getting pressures you've never seen before. And this is where we talk about the maturity of the market. And Reggie actually talks about this a lot too, just in different words. But essentially, he's like, these people haven't even checked to see if they're infringing on patents. It's like this business is business 101 type of stuff. Like, same thing. You all are talking about your project being the greatest. You don't even think about scaling. Okay, your project is the greatest. What happens when 100,000 people want it? What happens when 100 million? What happens when 1 billion people want to use it? What happens when you have to pay taxes in different countries? What happens when so many people think they're ready for this, and so many people, i.e., being developers, which this has started to stop, but a lot of developers thought they were going to be the CEOs of their companies as well. And it's like, okay, no, just develop. Don't do the business side.
Mhm.
But my thing with Hex is that yes, you all were making the money and blah blah blah, but no one was listing you high. And as much as you felt that was an insult and a threat to you, it was actually the opposite. Because now that you did this whole post chain thing and way to flex saying, hey, we got billions of dollars, or at least I know hundreds of millions of dollars under one roof through sacrificing and blah blah blah, wherever you want to call it, you got a bunch of money. And I already told you how this game go. Y'all keep thinking y'all part of the game. Y'all talk all that shit. And that's why I laugh, because the whole time I'm thinking,
A nickel bag gets sold in the park. I want in.
okay,
From here on, nothing goes down unless I'm
nothing,
involved. No
nothing,
blackjack, no dope deals,
no
no
Hex,
nothing.
no Coinbase, no
A nickel
Linden.
bag gets sold in the park.
What's
I
wrong
want
with y'all?
in.
So my point is, I think with this entire post chain, billions of dollars and quick money making and money, and to this and to that level and this, and you got everybody and everything hyped. You think that didn't slip through one person, one congressman's nephew or son or something was like, wait, what, son? Yeah, Dad, I put $10,000 here and I'm supposed to be getting $100K back.
Mhm.
Okay.
Hey man, like I said, like you just said, if you're not part of the game, you won't get it. But this is the crazy thing. All right, when you put your money up because you're going to get it back, 20 years from now, 30 years from now with a sacrifice on Hex, or you're thinking long term because the price is just constantly going to go up. You know what that is by the gang? It's called bonds, government bonds. The thing is, government bonds are backed with men with guns, and Hex is not. So that's the big difference, and that's why bonds are bought and they're 50-year, 10-year, 20-year, because people actually believe that a government will be around for 50 years, but not necessarily a crypto project. So the idea is still the same. It's just if you're not part of the gang, then you got to deal with the gang leader, and the SEC shows up. My boy Gary Gensler, Oodly Noodly, shows up. If he shows up to your project, you already know you got some problems. So man, I hope they figure it out, but it's gonna be a tough road ahead if it actually happens.
Well, now the real question is this, and I'm seeing people from the Hex side, of course, saying this is fake news, fake this. They want to see the unblurred version, basically doxing the person, X, Y, and Z. Here's the real thing. And again, I don't just looking at the paper. I mean, we just saw paper. If it's fake, whoever faked that has bigger issues, because you literally just faked the United States document from Texas.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
why pick Texas? You should have picked Maine or something. I don't know. You better pick somebody else. Don't pick Texas to do it. So just off that reason, I don't think so. But let's play that thing. Like that's the scary thing about all these projects. You have now the Hexkins, of course, Richard. Fake news. What are y'all talking about? Blah blah blah. And then you have these documents, and it's like, who do you believe? And if it is real, will Richard literally go out to the bitter end like, nah, that ain't real? It's like he's in court, leaving the courthouse like, don't believe it, man. I came in for traffic tickets today. Like, how deep will it go? I don't know. This is crazy. Any last thoughts on that one? I'm looking. You see anything in the comments? I'm trying to go through the comments as well.
Nothing right now. I see somebody said they're buying Bitcoin, buying more Solana, buying more ETH. Yeah, you should just be stacking sats right now. A lot of this other stuff is just products of bear market. If this is your first bear market, welcome to the fucking show, because this is what happens every bear market. And it's fun because we get a lot of news out of it. Not as many viewers, but when the bull market comes back, all of a sudden people want to view and then they come. But this is the show, man. And if you are not enjoying yourself, that means you aren't doing it right. You should just be stacking sats and go take a nap.
Man, listen, I am super upset right now because I definitely wanted to find this picture of him, because it was worth it. It was definitely worth it, but I don't think I'll be able to find it today. Hopefully tomorrow I can have it for the show. This picture of Richard Hart and his Fendi or whatever he was wearing. I can't remember what he was wearing. It was just hilarious for the timing
I think
right
I can
now.
find it. Hold on. I think I got it here because I might have saved it somewhere. Hold up, because it's
Here, while we're waiting, I'll throw these chats on. Let's see. Buying more Bitcoin, buying more Solana and Ethereum, someone said. Let's see what else we have. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have Richard back on the show for sure.
yeah, man, definitely. And somebody said that hold on, he panders to black people. He talks a certain way. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I've been in Florida a lot. He's from Florida. There's a lot of white people in
Oh, is
Florida
he
that
from
talk like
Florida?
that. Yeah, white people gangster as hell in Florida. So I don't really know if he's pandering. That's really how he talks, but that's how a lot of people in Florida talk. So a little bit different culture.
Okay. When is next time? Oh, aren't you? Isn't it a conference here soon? I think.
Yeah, Pacific Bitcoin Conference is November 10th and 11th. So I should be in LA for that at least one day, other days, but do have to go. I think this is it right here. I found it. Hold up.
All right, I'm finding a couple too. There we go. Hey, I found a couple too. There we go.
Oh yeah.
Hold on. Did you already pull one? Bring it up and I'll share it if you found one.
Hold up.
I think I found the one I was looking for, the recent one though. But one of them, because it was like, here we go. Oh, I found it. Okay,
Yeah.
if you didn't, I definitely did.
This
Let me
one?
see. Yeah, wait, no, that's one of them. Here's the hold on. So this is why hold on. What's the price of you took it off?
Yeah, I thought you was about to share yours. Go ahead.
Oh, you're good. Go ahead.
All right. Yeah, let me go ahead and share that real quick. Let's see.
And again, we didn't choose to talk about this. This is what came up on the news.
Oh yeah.
So this is one of the outfits. $10,000 fit. Woo, Versace and Balmain. I see.
Hey man, like I said, my man getting fresh. Unfortunately, the SEC, they don't care about how fresh you are or how fresh you think you are. They come through, it's over for you.
All right, really quick. Hex price today is 3 cents. All right, it's 3 cents. The glory days of I say of this year were at its high of about 17 cents, 21 cents.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, last year we saw it as high as 50 cents, almost 49 cents. But yeah, sitting at 3 cents today, poking it with a stick, not much happening. It looks like the charts of a lot of other projects. But while it's at 3 cents, again, from its high of this year of about 22 and last year of about 45. You remember those days, folks. At this price now, this is this is the picture I'm talking about. Hold on. This is the one. Richard, you know you're a fool for this one, man. I saw this one. I almost cried. Boom.
Oh, man.
This was the post. And this was, what day was this? This is October 23rd, 2022. So this is a few weeks ago.
Oh,
I didn't believe it was something because I never saw his face shaved. I was like, my man, hey, listen, I'm not going to say nothing. This is hilarious.
Man. He looked like the gay auntie at the football game.
Bro, come on, you fool. $12,755 fit. Balmain, $3,000 jacket, $1,600 pants, $1,000 shirt, $500 hat, Chanel, $1,600 necklace, $1,000 shoes, Louis Vuitton glasses, $855, Hermes, Valentino, Dior, Hermes, and Prada bracelets, total $3,200. First off, hold on. Rich, I'm about to get you because you're doing this a little bit wrong. You said a $1,600 necklace. What? Stop it. Listen.
Whoa, Richard.
Something. Okay. It's from because it looks like it's a Coach necklace. Mm-hmm. Okay, I actually believe that, but if that's the case, never mind. I'm not even gonna go. Listen, you definitely can and do wear more expensive stuff than me, but when it comes to gold, listen, man, I was in Dubai I've been in Dubai a few times. Okay, they know me at the gold suit, so hey. A $1,600 necklace, my boy. Come on, that's not a flex when the rest of this is like Balmain and stuff. Like you could have left. You should have left that one off. But
I'll be happy walking on my island in my Uggs. I don't really care much about getting.
My man, listen. I don't listen. My only thing about this, again, my only thing about this is this. This is my only thing right here. Hold on. It's 3 cents. It's 3 cents. That's my only thing. Come on, man. As a community member, don't do your own community like that, my man. They're hurting right now. Some of them are starving, and you flexing on them with $20,000 outfits. Come on, Rich.
You're trying to be an inspiration. That's how you should look when you get in the hex. So hey,
your community needs you.
That's what marketing does.
Again, that was a breaking news story we had to talk about. That's kind of crazy. And really quick, I just want to go back to this and make sure listen, because this how you'll start believing propaganda, like that movie Just Look Up.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to just look up right here. November 1st, 2022, U.S. I mean, listen. Honestly, people, if you really want to know, once again, what do we just call it? Like a research guru or something?
Yeah.
What do we call it? A person who's going to look up all this stuff. If you're bored today, use it. Call it. Call Texas Fort Worth Regional Office. Boom. You Google that. The number is going to come up. This is public, people. In a matter of hex, call it today and just ask. But again, if this is fake, whoever put this as fake, and then definitely put this on their damn Twitter, like this is for real. You can't do this. So yeah, you could just call it, but
That's like
Say
filming
hex.
yourself doing a drive-by. Like, yeah, you definitely wouldn't want to incriminate yourself with that.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. There it is. You all decide and let us know. Other than that, that's the show for today. Went a little bit longer. Smash that like and share. Check out thegymandthecrypto.com and that masterclass tab for that coaching if you're interested in it. Or you can go to coaching.thegymandthecrypto.com. Smash that like and share, and we will see you on tomorrow.